Good morning, friends. You see, every day we wake up, we have a choice. We can either get up and get after it, or we can sit back, waste time, and let life pass us by. Time is the one thing we can never get back. You can't buy it. You can't rewind it. You can't pause it. But you can control how you spend it. There are so many of us who sit around waiting for the right moment, waiting for everything to be perfect. But here's the truth. There's no perfect moment. The perfect time is now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next week. Next year, stop waiting. Because waiting isn't living. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work. It comes to those who sacrifice, those who push, those who keep going, even when they're tired, even when they're scared, even when they've been knocked down. The time you waste is the opportunity you lose, and every second you spend not moving forward is a second wasted. So stop wasting time. Stop making excuses. Start doing. Time is precious, and you owe it to yourself to make the most of every single second you've got. Get up, get out there, and make it happen. Time is irreplaceable. It's the one thing that once it's gone forever. You can lose money and make it back. You can lose things and buy them again. But time is a gift, a privilege, and it's slipping through our fingers every second of every day. I think about it. Every hour, every minute, every second that passes is a moment you will never live again. You can't rewind it, can't hit a pause button, can't get a do-over. It's like sand slipping through an hourglass, constant, steady, unrelenting. And the reality is, we don't know how much of it we have left. Most of us walk around like we've got forever. We think we have all the time in the world to do the things we dream of, to spend time with the people we love, to become who we want to be. But life doesn't give us any guarantees. You don't know if you've got 10 more years or 10 more minutes. And that's why wasting time is the most dangerous thing you can do. You see, time waits for no one. It doesn't care if you're ready or if you've got your plan figured out. It keeps moving, whether you're moving with it or not. So you've got to ask yourself, are you using your time or is it using you? Are you spending your days with intention, with purpose, with focus? Or are you letting your life drift, hoping that someday, somehow, things will fall into place? The truth is, you can't afford to waste time. Not on fear, not on procrastination, not on doubts. Every moment you let slip by is a moment you're giving away. You're giving away the chance to grow, to learn, to make a difference, to move closer to your goals. And once it's gone, it's gone. So you've got to protect your time. Treat it like the precious resource it is. Cut out the distractions, cut out the excuses, cut out the things that aren't serving you. Because at the end of the day, it's your time. How you use it will determine the quality of your life, the legacy you leave, the person you become. Don't wait until it's too late to realize how valuable your time is. Understand it now. Appreciate it now. Use it now. Because once it's gone, you won't get it back. And the only thing worse than wasting time is realizing too late how much of it you've already wasted. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. That's the trap so many of us fall into. We think we need everything to line up just right, that the stars have to align, that every condition has to be perfect before we take that first step. But here's the hard truth: there is no perfect moment. There never will be. Life is messy, unpredictable, and full of surprises. If you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll be waiting forever. You see, perfection is a myth we tell ourselves to avoid taking action. It's a comfortable excuse. We say, I'll start when I have more money, or I'll go for it once I'm more prepared, or I'll follow my dreams when things settle down. But deep down, we know things will never settle down. Life doesn't stop for us to get ready. The conditions will never be perfect, and that's okay. What matters isn't the conditions, it's what you do with them. People who are successful, people who achieve great things, they didn't wait for the perfect moment. They made the moment perfect by stepping up, by showing up, by taking action, even when things weren't ideal. They didn't wait for the right time. They created the right time through their persistence, through their hard work, through their willingness to act, even when they were scared, uncertain, or unprepared. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Every time you hesitate, every time you hold back because you think you're not ready, you're letting opportunities slip through your fingers. You're letting time pass you by, and time, once it's gone, doesn't come back. So why wait? Why wait for something that doesn't exist? Why wait for a moment that may never come? The truth is, you are never going to feel fully ready. You're never going to have everything perfectly in place. But that doesn't mean you can't start. That doesn't mean you can't take the first step. The key is to act, to move forward, to make progress with what you've got, right where you are with whatever you can do. Because action creates momentum, and momentum creates opportunities. The perfect moment isn't something you wait for, it's something you build. You build it by showing up every day, by doing the work, by staying committed, by refusing to let fear or doubt hold you back. And when you do that, when you stop waiting and start doing, you'll realize something powerful. The perfect moment wasn't some magical time in the future. The perfect moment was the moment you decided to act. Right here, right now. Action beats excuses every single time. We've all heard the excuses: I'm too tired, I don't have the time, I'm not ready yet, I'll start tomorrow. They're easy to come up with, aren't they? But here's the thing, excuses don't get you anywhere. They don't move you forward, they don't help you grow, and they sure don't get you closer to where you want to be. Excuses are comfortable, but comfort is the enemy of progress. See, the mind loves excuses. It loves to justify staying still, loves to rationalize why today isn't the day. It tells you wait until things are easier, wait until you feel more confident, wait until you've got more time. But deep down, you know none of that is real. They're stories we tell ourselves to avoid the discomfort of action. Because action is hard. It's uncertain. It's messy. But it's also the only way you're going to get anywhere. Action demands courage. It requires you to step into the unknown, to take risks, to put yourself out there even when you're scared, even when you don't have all the answers. But that's where growth happens. That's where change happens. Nothing moves without action. Nothing transforms. You can sit around and plan all day, come up with reasons why it's not the right time or why you need to wait a little longer. But none of that matters if you don't move. Plans don't change your life, action does. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. Opportunity comes and goes, and it doesn't knock twice. When you sit back and do nothing, you miss it. When you hesitate, when you hold back, when you let excuses run your life, you let those moments slip through your fingers, and once they're gone, they're gone. But when you take action, something shifts. Even the smallest step forward creates momentum. It builds confidence, creates energy. It tells the universe, I'm ready, I'm moving, and when you're moving, things start to fall into place. Maybe not perfectly, maybe not the way you planned, but progress happens. And that's what it's all about, moving forward, even if it's just one step at a time. The truth is, action will always beat excuses because action is real, it's tangible, it's something you can see, feel, and measure. Excuses, they're just smoke. They're what keep you stuck, keep you small, keep you living in the shadow of your potential. But action brings you closer to that potential. It breaks down barriers, pushes you past fear, and opens doors you didn't even know were there. So the next time your mind tries to convince you to wait, to sit back, to find a reason not to move, shut it down, remind yourself that progress doesn't come from excuses, it comes from action. And the more you act, the more excuses lose their power. Every second counts. That's the reality we live in. Every tick of the clock is a moment that's gone forever. Once it passes, there's no getting it back. You can't rewind life, you can't hit pause, and you sure can't fast forward to the parts you like. Time is always moving, and with it, so is your chance to make something happen. Think about it, every second is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to take a step forward, to make a decision that could change everything. But the problem is, too many of us don't realize it. We treat time like it's unlimited. We think we have all the time in the world to chase our dreams, to become who we want to be, to make things right. But the truth is, we don't. None of us know how much time we really have. And that's why every second matters. Every second is a gift. Now, what are you doing with that gift? Are you spending your time wisely, investing it in things that move you forward? Or are you letting it slip away, caught up in distractions, putting off the things that really matter for someday? Here's the hard truth: someday doesn't exist. All you have is right now. Every second that you waste on doubt, on fear, on procrastination is a second you will never get back. People often talk about waiting for the right time to start, the right time to chase their goals or change their lives. But the right time is now. Because every second that passes without action is a second where nothing changes. It's another second closer to regret. And believe me, regret isn't about the things you tried and failed at. Regret comes from the moments you didn't try, from the chances you didn't take, from the seconds you let slip through your fingers while you were waiting for the perfect moment. When you realize that every second counts, everything changes. You start to treat your time differently. You start to prioritize the things that matter. You stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow, and start asking, what can I do right now? Because right now is all you've got. The choices you make in this second, in the next minute, in the next hour, those are what shape your future. Those are what define your legacy. Time is the most valuable resource you have. Money, possessions, status, all of that can come and go, but time is the one thing you can never get more of. Once it's spent, it's gone. So why waste it? Why let another second go by without making it count? Whether you're working toward a goal, spending time with loved ones, or even taking a moment to rest, be intentional about how you use your time. Don't let it slip away without purpose. Every second is a building block for the life you want, for the dreams you have. And the way you use each of those seconds will determine whether you're moving toward that life or drifting further away from it. So remember this: every second is precious. Every second is a chance to make a choice, to take action, to change your life. Don't waste it. Because once it's gone for good. Make every second count. Every second counts. Every single one. We don't always think about it, but time is constantly slipping through our hands, whether we're ready or not. Each moment is a chance, a choice. And once it's gone for good. You can't hit rewind, can't go back and relive it, can't ask for more time when you run out. That's the truth we have to face, and it's not something to take lightly. We spend so much time waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for the right feeling, waiting for everything to fall into place. But while we're waiting, time is moving. It's moving whether you're acting or not. Every second that goes by is a second you could have used to get closer to your goals, to better yourself, to take a step, no matter how small, toward the life you want. But when you let those seconds slip by, they don't come back. And what's worse is you don't even notice how much you've lost until it's too late. Think about it. What are you doing with your time right now? Are you using it wisely? Are you investing it in something that matters? Or are you letting it drift away, filling the hours with distractions, with excuses, with things that aren't moving you forward? Time is unforgiving. And the biggest mistake we make is thinking we have more of it than we actually do. The truth is, we don't know how much time we have. You don't know if you've got years left or just days. And if that doesn't make you appreciate each second a little more, I don't know what will. That's why every second counts. Every single one. Because every second is an opportunity. An opportunity to get better, to grow, to work on yourself, to chase after what you want, to live life fully and intentionally. It's easy to take time for granted. Easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow, but how many tomorrows have come and gone? And how much have you actually done with them? How many times have you told yourself you'll start later, that you've got plenty of time to make things happen? But then the days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and before you know it, years have passed. That's what happens when you don't value your time, when you don't realize that every second is a chance to do something meaningful, to make progress, to push yourself a little further. You can't afford to waste time. Not on doubt, not on fear, not on procrastination. Because while you're sitting there hesitating, the clock is still ticking. And once those seconds are gone, they're gone forever. So stop waiting. Stop putting things off. Start treating your time like the precious resource it is. Start using every second to take action, to make the most of what you've got right now. Every second is a building block. It's a piece of the bigger picture, and how you use those pieces will determine what your life looks like in the end. If you're wasting them, you're throwing away the chance to create something great. But if you're making the most of each second, if you're focused, if you're intentional, you're building something powerful, something lasting, you're creating the life you want, 1 second at a time. So don't let another second slip by unnoticed. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for anything. Use the time you have, because it's more valuable than anything else. Every second is a chance to move forward, a chance to grow, a chance to change your life. And that's why every second counts. Own your future. No one else is going to do it for you. No one is coming to hand you success. No one is coming to make your dreams come true. That responsibility, it's yours. Your future is in your hands, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start shaping it into what you want it to be. Too many people live their lives waiting for someone to give them a chance, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for life to get easier. But the truth is, life doesn't get easier, it gets harder. The world keeps moving, and it doesn't care whether you're ready or not. If you're sitting back, hoping that things will fall into place, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. The people who succeed, the people who make something out of their lives, they don't wait. They don't sit around hoping for change, they create it. They take control of their future and decide, this is what I'm going to do, this is where I'm going, and I'm not stopping until I get there. Your future is like a blank canvas. It's waiting for you to paint it. But the brush is in your hands, and if you don't use it, that canvas will stay blank. Every choice you make, every action you take is a stroke on that canvas. Are you painting the picture you want, or are you letting someone else hold the brush, letting circumstances or fear dictate the course of your life? If you don't take ownership of your future, someone else will. And believe me, they won't paint the life you want. They'll paint the life that's convenient for them. So what does it mean to own your future? It means taking responsibility for where you are right now and where you're going. It means understanding that you have the power to change your situation, no matter how tough things might seem. It's easy to blame your circumstances, to say you can't succeed because of where you came from, because of what's happened to you, because of the challenges in your way. But that's just giving away your power. That's letting the world decide your fate instead of stepping up and saying, I'm in control here. Owning your future means knowing that you can shape it. It means realizing that every decision you make today is creating your tomorrow. Every time you put in the effort, every time you push yourself a little harder, every time you refuse to give up, you're investing in your future. You're building something. But if you're not doing that, if you're not taking those steps, you're letting your future slip away one day at a time. It's not easy. It takes discipline. It takes sacrifice. You'll have to make hard choices. You'll have to give up comfort, give up excuses, and step into the unknown. But that's the price of owning your future. Nothing worth having comes without effort. You can't sit back and expect things to change. You have to be the one who changes them. You have to be the one who gets up, who works, who grinds, even when you're tired, even when you're doubting yourself, even when everything seems like it's against you. But here's the thing, when you take control, when you own your future, there's nothing you can't accomplish. You start to realize that the obstacles in your way aren't as big as you thought. You begin to see that the limits you put on yourself were just illusions. You start to understand that the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to go after it. So don't wait for permission. Don't wait for someone to tell you it's your time. It's already your time. It's been your time. Own your future by making the decisions today that will take you where you want to be tomorrow. Own it by refusing to let excuses, fear, or doubt hold you back. Own it by understanding that you're the author of your story and you can write it any way you want. The power is in your hands, always has been, always will be. The question is, are you ready to take it? Because your future is yours, no one else's. What you do with it is up to you. So take control, own it.